For a lot of people listening right now, this is their last day of freedom. For a lot of parents, it's their last day of no freedom because they get to send their kids back to school on Monday.
Yeah.
And stay-at-home moms can sit in the hot tub all day. They'll get a spa treatment or
that's
something.
what moms do.
That's what I hear. Let's talk about the first day of school.
All right.
Okay. Anybody have a good first day? I mean, a good bad first day story?
I looked forward to the first day of school so much.
Man, we're not going to invite you anymore.
I never had a bad first day. I had a bad second day experience.
Well, let's go with that.
I did have a bad second day.
All right.
I showed up for school on the second day, and me and three other girls and I, if I'm going to use proper English,
why bother?
Were called down to the office, and we were told that this girl had pulled out of school because the day before, none of us had spoken to her, and her parents came and pulled her out of school.
So you got in trouble for not talking to a girl?
Why were you being so mean?
I don't remember. I just was like, seriously? But apparently the family picked up and moved to another state. But they made a big drama deal about it. And I'll never forget it. And the whole way back up to the class from the principal's office, I cried the whole way because I'd never been called to the principal's office. I was always such a good kid.
Yeah. So when school started back, my mom had told me in the summertime, she goes, Al, you're going to have to repeat fourth grade.
Oh.
Because, making that transition from public school to private school, you weren't quite up to speed. So we need to do, you need to go over again. So I guess I knew this, but I didn't accept it because
I knew it. You knew you were doing fourth grade again.
But I didn't want to accept it. So when school started back, and all of my friends, Timmy Dolan and Tom Perriman, in the middle school,
and they don't know, so they're all like,
they don't know.
Al, come on, man, time to go. Time to go to orientation, Al.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
And so I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
yelling,
scaring
me.
Maybe they'll forget. So I went on up there with the fifth grade, and so they're calling everybody's name for the roll and what homeroom you're going to be over here, and Miss Dickens, and you're going to be over here, Miss Roberts, and everybody was dispersing. And I'm the only black kid in the fifth grade, supposedly. Yeah. So I was just standing there, just waiting on my name, and the last one. And they said, Al, we need you to go back to the lower school building.
Yeah.
You're in the fourth grade.
So your school doesn't start till tomorrow, so get back in your car and drive home.
Walk of shame right there.
I see, I was on the other side of it. I started school first grade when I was 5 years old. And a lot of the kids in my class were turning 7, by the first day of school. So my mom told the principal that I had to be in the same class as Jimmy and Johnny Blizzard.
Okay.
Because they were my two coolest and best friends. So when I got my seat assignment in Miss Lester's class and I looked around and I don't see Jimmy and Johnny anywhere, I freaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. Mostly I peed in my seat. And then I cried for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And they went and got Jimmy and Johnny and brought them to my class.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was so happy. I stood up to give Jimmy a hug.
Oh, no.
He didn't want to hug pee-pee pants. So
no, heck no.
No PDA from him. And then I found out they're not moving to my class. They were just brought over there to calm me down. Like I'm in the psych ward or something. So painful.
Yeah.
When they left, I kept on crying. Miss Lester gave me a blanket, and they called my mom to go bring me another pair of pants. But my mom worked. She was at the newspaper, so she wasn't getting the calls. So they had to go to Lost and Found, and they found some yellow girl shorts. And I had to wear those the rest of the day.
And they were lost from last year.
Yeah, it was, and they were huge.
Last season.
They were huge yellow girl pants. You want to talk about total humiliation?
That's better than what I'd stick with the pee.
Would you rather fail fourth grade than
I didn't fail?
Than pee your pants and then be in yellow girl shorts all day? It was awful.
I'm sorry, Doodle.
I peed my pants too in first grade.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
That was the most. I actually peed my pants, and we were sitting down, and our teacher had made us read a book. So we were all sitting there looking at our books, and I peed, and so I kind of got up, and I was shielding myself.
Did you not think to say, "Well, I have to go to the bathroom," or I should go somewhere?
It was my first day in first grade, so I didn't know what the rules were. And I didn't,
I know what it was. There was no bottles.
I thought I could hold it, and I didn't, and it just came out. And so I walked up to my teacher,
my pants.
and I whispered to her, I said, Miss Monica, I peed my pants.
Yeah. Miss Monica?
And I was literally about to start crying. I remember it vividly. And she's sitting at her desk, and in front of her is a cup of water. And she goes, it's okay. And she leans over, and she knocks it over, and she goes, oops. And spills it all over my
shoes. What a great look for her.
She had your back.
That's the nicest thing a teacher's ever done for me.
That's amazing. You never forget that.
That was great. And she bailed me out of peeing my pants.
And for the rest of the year, they called JC Pepe. Isn't that awesome? Yay. That's how he became Pepe.
Yeah.
I get it.
But he wasn't walking around school with some big old yellow girl shorts.
No, I wasn't.
That's true.
Just water.
Yeah, I love how he called you out for wetting your pants, but he just totally told the same story. He peed his pants.
No, mine was because Jimmy and Johnny Blizzard weren't there. Duh.
He got embarrassed over it. I was not embarrassed because of that. My worst day was my first day in the U.S. My first day in an American school.
Wow.
I show up. It's my first time in a public school because I was in a private school in Mexico because my mom was a teacher.
Right.
So now I'm in a public school for the first time in the United
And you've probably been
States.
riding in that empty boxcar for hours.
Forever.
Yeah.
Not doing anything.
Yeah.
Wrong.
And first of all,
Yeah.
they put me in a normal classroom where they're speaking English, and I don't understand a word.
Not one word.
Saying not one word. So I'm just sitting there, just nodding and smiling the whole
Just
time.
gibberish to you.
And they finally realize that I don't speak Spanish. So
you
they
Mexican.
have to take me to the principal's office, and I don't know what's
you
going on.
Mexican.
Then they put me in another classroom where these sixth graders are at. So these sixth graders start picking on me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I go buy my popcorn for 25 cents.
You knew how to do that, didn't you?
I knew how to buy my popcorn.
Yeah.
And I'm walking out, and these 3 sixth graders come out, and they push me down, and they kick me, and they take my popcorn. And all I knew how to say was, "It's my popcorn."
That was it.
All I could say was, "It's my popcorn," all over and over again while these kids took my popcorn.
You should have peed on him.